Hello, Yankees Nation. Welcome back to your go-to channel, New York Yankees News Network, where we break every Bronx Bombers update the moment it drops. Today's video is jam-packed with fire, and not the kind we wanted. From a total meltdown against the Dodgers, to a moment that made even Shohei Ohtani catch some sleep, and a major health update on Marcus Stroman, everything you need to know surfaced just a few hours ago. So if you bleed Yankee blue, you absolutely don't want to miss a second of these developments. And yes, before we kick things off, if you're new here, do us a favor, like this video and subscribe so you never fall behind on the biggest Yankees stories. Let's hit it. Update 1, Yankees humiliated in 18-2 bloodbath versus Dodgers. Warren rocked, bullpen burned. What just happened in Los Angeles was not a baseball game. It was a warning shot. And unfortunately, the Yankees were on the receiving end. Last night, the Bronx Bombers were annihilated by the Dodgers in what is now officially their worst loss of the 2025 season. An 18-2 disaster that had even die-hard fans rubbing their eyes in disbelief. It all fell apart from the very first pitch. Will Warren took the mound and lasted just 1 1/3 innings. The Dodgers teed off immediately. 4 of the first 5 batters got hits, and Max Muncy, Will Smith, and Michael Conforto didn't waste a second getting on the scoreboard. By the time the dust settled, Warren had given up 7 earned runs, 6 hits, and 4 walks. His earned run average? Let's just say it ballooned faster than a Bronx cheer. Brent Hedrick came in to put out the fire but only poured gasoline on it. He served up a 2-run bomb to Hee-Seong Kim, and the Dodgers were sitting pretty with a double-digit lead before the 3rd inning even started. Now, credit where it's due, Aaron Judge tried to spark something. He smashed a solo homer in the 4th, his 20th of the season, by the way, and even added another late in the game. But the Yankees' offense was otherwise flatlined, with LA scoring in practically every inning like they were playing T-ball. And the bullpen? Absolutely torched. Mark Leiter Jr., Ian Hamilton, Yerry De Los Santos, Devin Williams, and Luke Weaver were all forced into damage control mode. Even Pablo Reyes, yes, a position player, was thrown on the mound and ended up surrendering a homer to Dalton Rushing, the first of his career. By the end of the carnage, the scoreboard read 18 for the Dodgers, 2 for the Yankees, and the Yankees, who now sit at 35 wins and 22 losses, have to pray they avoid a humiliating sweep in the final game of the series. This is one of those losses that lingers. Not just in the standings, but in the clubhouse, in the morale, and in the headlines. The only question now, how will they respond? Update 2. Shohei Ohtani caught napping in dugout as Dodgers embarrass Yankees. You know the game is over, not on the scoreboard, but spiritually, when the opposing team's biggest superstar decides it's a good time for a nap. And that's exactly what happened during the Yankees' embarrassing 18-2 defeat last night. In what should have been a marquee moment in a 2024 World Series rematch, Shohei Ohtani was seen in the dugout, asleep. That's right. As the Dodgers were lighting up Yankee pitching like a 4th of July fireworks show, Ohtani was leaning back, eyes closed, catching Z's like it was bedtime. And the worst part? He earned that nap. Not through his bat, but because the Dodgers had built a lead so big, even their own superstar couldn't stay engaged. It all started early. The Dodgers scored 4 runs in the first inning and then exploded for 3 more in the second. Highlighted by Max Muncy's 2 home runs, including his 200th career blast. By the time Will Warren was yanked from the game, it was 7-0, and the Yankees looked shell-shocked. Brent Hedrick came in and tried to patch the sinking ship, but Los Angeles kept swinging. A double from Tommy Edman, a 2-run moonshot from Hee-Seong Kim, and by the time Freddie Freeman ripped a clean double to score Kim in the 5th, it was already a blowout. That's when Muncy did it again. His second 3-run homer, this one sending Freeman and yes, even Ohtani trotting home, stretched the scoreline to 14-1. And while the Yankees flailed at the plate, Judge was the lone warrior again, hammering his second solo shot in the 8th inning. But let's be honest, these were pity points in a game that had already become a punchline. As for Ohtani's nap, some tried to defend it. He's a new father after all. Others said he values rest. He's told reporters before that he aims for 10 hours of sleep plus a nap every day. But let's cut through the fluff. The Dodgers were so dominant, so relentless, that their designated hitter felt completely comfortable enough to literally fall asleep in the 6th inning of a nationally televised game. Think about that. For Yankees fans, that wasn't just disrespectful. It was a wake-up call. Or maybe the opposite, depending on how you look at it. Either way, when your opponent starts snoozing mid-game, it's time to ask some serious questions. The Yankees now face a Sunday night finale with pride on the line. Because if they don't punch back, the last thing they'll be remembered for in this series won't be the score. It'll be Shohei Ohtani asleep, while the Bronx Bombers were wide awake, getting battered. Update 3. Marcus Stroman takes major step forward, but is Yankees' future still in doubt? While the Yankees were getting dismantled on the field in Los Angeles, there was a rare silver lining off the field, and it came in the form of Marcus Stroman finally re-emerging from injury limbo. For the first time in nearly 3 weeks, Stroman took the mound at Dodger Stadium and faced live hitters, throwing around 30 pitches over the equivalent of 2 innings. That's a significant milestone considering he's been sidelined since April 12th with inflammation in his left knee. Yankees manager Aaron Boone had this to say afterward. "Stro looked sharp. I liked what I saw from him. His stuff looked good." But as we know, with Stroman's situation, things are rarely that simple. The real question now isn't just how his knee will respond to this increased workload. It's what happens when he's fully healthy. Because right now, the Yankees' rotation is quietly thriving. Led by Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Clark Schmidt, Will Warren, and Ryan Yarbrough, the rotation has posted a Major League best 2.54 earned run average over the last 40 games. Since April 14th, they've allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 35 starts, and 1 or 0 runs in 22 of those. Simply put, this is one of the best rotations in baseball, even without Stroman, Luis Gil, or Garrett Cole. Now, here's where it gets complicated. Stroman made it clear in spring training. He does not want to pitch out of the bullpen. But with the rotation already set and 5 guys dealing, where exactly does he fit in? Boone says they're still building him up as a starter, but the reality is the Yankees have limited room, and Stroman's durability remains a concern. And let's not forget, there's a contract twist, too. Stroman needed to reach 140 innings to trigger an $18 million vesting option for the 2026 season. At this rate, that milestone looks almost impossible, which means Stroman could become a trade piece by the deadline if he proves he's healthy and effective. The front office may view him as expendable, especially with Luis Gil also ramping back up after his own injury and expected to return post-All-Star break. And if Stroman can't break into the rotation, it may be the end of his Bronx story altogether. Bottom line, yesterday may have been a disaster for the team, but Marcus Stroman's progress is a glimmer of hope. Whether it leads to a second-half comeback or a mid-season trade is now up to fate and that knee. So, Yankees Nation, we saw it all today. A crushing loss that shook the stadium. A Dodgers superstar catching Z's like it was bedtime, and a long-awaited step forward from Marcus Stroman, whose future in pinstripes is anything but guaranteed. As we look ahead to tonight's series finale, one thing is crystal clear. The Yankees are at a crossroads. Will they bounce back and reassert their dominance and spiral deeper into questions and chaos? We'll be right here tracking it all every step of the way. If you found this update valuable, smash that like button, Subscribe to New York Yankees News Network and ring the bell so you never miss a headline. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and as always, let's go Yankees.